Om Shanti, and a very good morning to all. Today we are going to read the Murli dated 18th March 1985. The title of the Murli is Contentment. It's a 2-day Murli, so we will read this today and on Monday as well. So in today's Murli, Baba is speaking about the divine qualities of a satisfied and a content soul. Baba emphasizes on contentment, and he says that it is the decoration of our Brahman life. Of course, he gives us a few more points to dive in deep and check where uh, and how does this contentment, this quality gets disturbed. Slowly taking a deep dive, Baba explains about Maya entering in some ways and disrupting our level of contentment. He has given very subtle directions for this. So let's read the Murli together. Today, the Dilwala Father, that is the one who conquers your heart, has come to have a heart-to-heart conversation with his loving children who are seated on the heart throne. Dilwala has come to have an exchange with his children and to ask his children who have honest hearts about the condition of their heart, about the condition of their heart. It's like hal chal, you know. It seems so good when somebody says ki aur batao aur kya hal chal. Similarly, Baba is saying that I'm here to know the condition of your heart. The spiritual father is having a heart-to-heart conversation with the spirits. This heart-to-heart conversation of the spirits is only experienced at this time. You spirits have such power of love that you bring the Father, the creator of the spirits, from beyond the sound, that is Nirvan, into sound to have a heart-to-heart conversation. We have this power. And how do we get this power? It is only selfless and unconditional love for Baba. It is not based on any of the conditions or any of the, what we say, like, if you do this and I'm going to do that, Baba. It is not that. And it is selfless. So this is what brings the Father down from Nirvana to here in this world. Now, this is so strange, no? Because he is the one who is a liberator. He liberates us from everything. He is going to give us the freedom from everything. In fact, he made us realize that you are free from the body also. You are not caught up in this matter. You are away from this. And we bring him into matter again. The Baba says, you are such elevated spirits that even you bind the Father, who is free from bondage, with a bond of love. People of the world call out to him as the one who liberates them from the bondage. And such a Father, who is free from bondage, is always bound by the bond of the children's love. You are clever in binding him. You are clever in binding him. We tied him with us. Baba, wherever I am going, you are supposed to come. Baba, whatever I am doing, you are supposed to come. Further, Baba says, whenever you remember him, the Father becomes present. the Lord becomes present. So today, Baba has especially come to have a heart-to-heart conversation with the double foreign children. Now, in this season, it is the special turn of double foreigners. The majority of those who have come are the double foreigners. The residents of Madhuban are residents of the elevated place anyway. You are those who see meetings with varieties of souls of the world whilst sitting in one place. Those who come here go back, whereas those who are residents of Madhuban always stay here. Madhuban is nothing but the core heart of Baba. It is at the core heart of Baba. Further, he says, today, Baba is asking the double foreign children, have all of you become jewels of contentment who are sparkling in Baptada's crown? Have all of you become jewels of contentment who are sparkling in Baptada's crown? That this means if we are not content, we can never be a part of Baptada's crown. What Baba says, that Sir ke Taj ho. If I, the soul, am not content, he will never put me at that place in his crown. So, while we are reading, I just want you to also think about a few things that we really need to follow to remain content, to stabilize, yeah, what you can say, to stay on the seat of this content, to remain there. What are a few things? You may also just as we are reading, think upon that so that we can discuss this maybe towards the end. Further, Baba says, are all of you jewels of contentment? Are you always content? You don't sometimes become discontented with yourself, with Brahman souls, with your own sanskars, or with the influence of the atmosphere? Do you? Hmm? The first thing that we do is what? Baba, this is not right. Baba, the place is not accurate. Baba, the Seva Stan, the center is not. Uh, uh, they start complaining about everything, about everything. Lokik, may it be Lokik, may it be Alokik, may it be my workplace, may it be Brahmans, may it be my own self. Baba, this is not right. Baba, this is not right. That is why he is asking, see, how he is linking the topic of contentment with the self, the Brahman souls, own sanskars, and the influence of the atmosphere. It's too hot today, it's too cold today. Baba says, are you always content with everything? If you are content sometimes and discontent at other times, would you be called jewels of contentment? No, right? No. If it's raining, then I'm feeling good. If it is a bit hot or humid, then I'm not feeling so good. Subtle are these things, very little things. But how does this discontentment start? It is just in the thoughts only, right? This should have been better, then I could have been even more better. या फिर भी often say कि ये सामने वाला सुधर जाए ना, then look at me. I'm going to be a farishta then. No, but that's not possible. No matter whatever the circumstances are, no matter wherever you are, Baba has chosen the accurate place for us. And in these circumstances, we need to be content. Right. Otherwise, what is the big deal? If everything is all right and you are content, then people are going to come and say, "Acha, everything is all right. So, what is the big deal? And you are satisfied and content." Father Baba is saying, are you always content with everything? If you are content sometimes and discontent in other times, would you be called jewels of contentment? All of you said that you are jewels of contentment. Did you not? In that case, you wouldn't say that you are content, but that others make you discontent. Would you? No matter what happens, contented souls would never let go of their speciality of contentment. Mm. Contentment is the special virtue, treasure, and a special declaration of life, and especially this Brahman life. Baba says, when you love something, you never let go of that thing. Contentment is your speciality. Contentment is the special mirror of transformation in Brahman life. There is ordinary life and Brahman life. Ordinary life means to be sometimes content and sometimes discontent. But seeing the speciality of contentment in Brahman life, even those who don't have knowledge are impressed. And I remember a few days back in the Sakat Murli, Baba said something like this, कि अभी बाबा मिला है तो अभी तो खुश होना चाहिए ना. There was a line like अभी तो संतुष्ट है, खुश होना चाहिए ना. बाबा मिलने पर भी even if we are not happy, if we are not content, then are we going to be? This goes for all, not even like not that I am reading the Murli, so this doesn't goes for me. It goes for me, including the soul, I the soul. And that is why I said that what are these little things that we really need to follow to stay content? The Baba says this transformation becomes instrumental in bringing about transformation in many souls. It emerges from everyone's lips that that one is always content, that he is always happy. Where there is contentment, there is definitely happiness. Where there is contentment, there is definitely happiness. Discontentment makes your happiness disappear. This is the praise of Brahman life. This is the praise of Brahman life. See, at times I do think that, you know, we don't even uh, take time to start complaining about things. Uh, and if you go back to the Yajna history and check that so much was there, for Mama Baba, for Dadis. They had like numerous reasons to feel discontent, feel unhappy, because nothing was, accurate at that time. Financially, also the Yajna suffered. The Yajna went through a phase. Then, personally, also a lot of dadis used to experience, this physical discomfort with the body. बीमारियां ये सब होती हैं. Then, apart from that, there was so much, so many papers coming up from uh, जिसको बोलते हैं विरोधी party. People were not in favor of this, and so much happened, like so much. Wherever Baba and Mama used to stay, that I know all of you might have heard this also. पहले उसको आग लगा दिया था एक बार. People were there to, uh, end Baba's life. There was so much. There was picketing and there was what not. But yet they found out reasons to be happy, to stay close to Baba, and that firm niche that no, I have chosen this life and I'm going to stick to this. Baba means something. He's there with me. But today, nowadays, we don't have all of this. We don't come across any such circumstances of people going against us or stopping us from going to the center or anything of that kind. Yet we are, at times we start complaining. This is not right. That's not good. And that means what is the reason? I mean, I was just thinking this for about myself. कि बाबा मेरा निश्चय पक्का नहीं है क्या? हाँ? Am I not really so much determined yet that yes, I have found you? What is the reason? This was just like while reading the Murli, this came to my thought. Baba says, this is the praise of Brahman life. If there isn't contentment all the time, then it is an ordinary life. The basis of easy success is contentment. Contentment is the elevated means to make souls loved by the whole Brahman family. Everyone will automatically love those who stay content. Everyone always tries to bring them close to themselves and to make them cooperate in every elevated task. They don't have to make any effort to be brought close or to be made cooperative or to be put on a list of special souls. No, they don't even, they don't have to think this. They don't even have to say it. The speciality of contentment itself makes you a golden chancellor in every task. Of course, I have that vibe of, being content and no matter what is happening, it's okay. It's okay. This is going to bring others also close to me. This is going to invite others to ask me for suggestions that, this seva is supposed to be done. What do you have to say? I may not have to go and tell them, ki, Arey, what's the suggestions, Lona? Arey, this is my thought. Arey, do it this way. This is going to be automatic. That is why Baba is saying, souls who are instruments for a task would automatically think of involving contented souls and would continue to give them a chance. Contentment constantly enables you to harmonize with everyone's nature and sanskars. Baba is not saying that the other person, if it is not according to you, then I mean, he's not guaranteeing this, that the other person is always going to be according to you. No. No matter the nature, no matter the sanskars, you will be able to harmonize this if you have this quality of contentment. Baba says a contented soul is never afraid of anyone's nature or sanskars. You have become such contented souls, have you not? God Himself came to you. You didn't go to Him. Fortune itself came to you whilst sitting at home. You found God. You found fortune. Whilst sitting at home, you received the key to all treasures. Whenever you need anything, the treasures are there for you because you have become those who have a right. Therefore, you also automatically receive a chance to come close to everyone and to come close in service. Your speciality itself enables you to move forward. Everyone naturally has love in their hearts for those who remain constantly content. It is not superficial love. One is to give someone superficial love in order to please him, and the other is to give love from the heart. Sometimes you have to give love to some so that they don't get upset. However, such souls are not worthy of receiving love all the time. Hmm? Upar upar ka, superficial love. Hmm. We need to check here also that do I internally demand for this love from somebody else? Hmm? Am I waiting for somebody's approval? Hmm? कि हाँ इसने बोल दिया ना मतलब yeah I am good to go. For some reasons it is okay to take that that advice and that guidance not that way, but I should not be dependent on somebody to care, to express that kind of love for me. No. Mm. Now again we need to check here, right? And that is why I see Dadi Janki always used to say that I follow a principle of no complaints and zero expectation. I don't want anything from anybody. And she understood this quite well that nobody's capable so much of giving me anything. Whatever I can receive, I can only receive from the Father. Hmm. Otherwise, what we do, give like parts of our hearts to people. I need approval from somebody. I need care from somebody. I want somebody to come and ask me, how are you? How was the day? No. Right? So Baba says, he spoke about superficial love. He further says, contented souls always receive everyone's love from the heart. Whether someone is new or old, whether that one's introduction has been given or not, contentment itself gives the introduction of such a soul. Everyone would desire to speak to that person and sit with him. So, are you content in this way? Now, what is indirectly Baba asking? See, that you need to stop and check. People around you, do they feel like coming to you, sharing something with you? Do they feel like expressing their heart out? This happened. Maybe Brahmins, maybe the other souls. Do people feel that bit of comfort with me? Or do they feel that my presence is a bit comfortable for them? If not, then maybe I myself am not comfortable with myself, I'm not content, and that is why they don't get that vibration that, he or she can make me a bit relaxed. See, I was asking, everyone would desire to speak to that person and sit with me. Are you content? You are not saying that you are becoming that, are you? No, you have become that. Contented souls are always conquerors of Maya. This is the gathering of those who are conquerors of Maya. You are not those who are afraid of Maya, are you? To whom does Maya come? Now see how Baba is shifting the gears of the Murli. To whom does Maya come? She comes to everyone, does she not? Is there anyone who says that Maya doesn't come? She comes to everyone, but some are afraid of her and others recognize her. And this is why they are able to remain careful. The Father's obedient children who stay within the line of the code of conduct recognize Maya from a distance. It is when you take some time to recognize her, or when you make a mistake in recognizing her, that you become afraid of Maya. You have heard Now, see a subtle line here, what he said. The one who is staying within the line of code of conduct, only that soul will be able to recognize Maya. Otherwise, we may never be able to differentiate between what is Maya and what is Baba's Srimad. Baba says, you have heard the memorial of the story of how Sita was deceived. It was because she didn't recognize him. She was deceived because she didn't recognize the form of Maya. If she had recognized that one as not a Brahmin, priest, or a beggar, but Ravan, she would not have had she would not have had to experience the cottage of sorrow. However, it was only because she recognized him much later that she was deceived, and because of being deceived, she had to suffer. From being yogi, she became Viyogi, separated by a lack of yoga. We can also think on some points about what is Maya. How do I realize that this is Maya? Because Baba is saying that if you are not on the track of Srimad, then it won't take Maya time to drag you away. Baba is saying from being in, okay, sorry. Yes. So he says from being in constant company, she became distant. From being a soul who was an embodiment of attainment, she became a soul who was falling off. The reason? Lack of recognition. Because of lacking the power to recognize Maya, instead of being able to chase Maya away, you become afraid. Why is there a lack of recognition? Why isn't there recognition at that time, but later? What is the reason for this? The reason is that you don't constantly follow the Father's elevated directions. Srimad. Sometimes you remember them and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have zeal and enthusiasm and sometimes you don't. Those who disobey the order of remaining constant, that is, those who don't stay within the line of the code of conduct of the orders they receive, are deceived by Maya at that time. It looks like, you are walking on some track and you are walking in the middle. One side there's Srimad, the other side there's Maya. And you are just walking in the center lane. Okay, and then Maya comes there. So there at that time you wouldn't realize that this is Maya. Why? Because Srimad is far away. So that is why Baba is saying, walk on the path of Srimad so that Maya stays away. Don't walk somewhere in between. Maya has so much power of discernment. Huh? Maya has so much power of discernment. Maya sees that you are weak at that time, and because of that weakness, she makes you belong to her. The door through which Maya enters is weakness. When she finds even a little way in, she quickly enters there. What do burglars do nowadays? Even though the doors may be closed, they come in through the ventilator. To become slightly weak, even in your thoughts, means to give way to Maya. This is why the very easy way to become a conqueror of Maya is to stay constantly with the Father. And to stay with Him means automatically to stay within the line of the code of conduct. You will then be liberated from having to make effort to become free from each vice individually. Stay in His company and you will automatically become the same as the Father. Company will automatically color you. Don't put aside the seed and work hard to cut just the branches. One day you become a conqueror of lust. The next day you conquer anger. No, you are constantly victorious. When you finish the seed with the seed form, you will automatically be liberated from repeatedly making effort. Simply keep the seed form with you. The seed of Maya will then be burned in such a way that no trace would emerge from that seed. In any case, seeds that are roasted can never give fruit. There's just a little paragraph ahead. We can read this and then we shall stop because it's a two-day Murli, so it might take time on Monday as well. So Baba says, therefore, stay with the Father. Stay content. What can Maya then do? She will surrender herself. Do you know how to make Maya surrender? If you yourself are surrendered, then Maya is surrendered to you anyway. I just love this sentence. So, has Maya surrendered to you, or are you still making preparations for it? What is your status? Just as you have your own surrender ceremony, in the same way, have you already celebrated the surrender ceremony of Maya, or do you still have to celebrate it? To have become holy means the ceremony has taken place. She has been burned. Then, when you come back home, you will not write letters saying, "What can I do? Maya came." Will you? You will write letters giving good news. Will you not? How many surrender ceremonies have taken place? Your own ceremony has taken place, but you also enabled other souls to surrender Maya. So you will write such news, will you not? Acha. To our beloved Bab Dada, love and remembrance, and good morning. Namaste from us children. And of course, from Baba also to all the souls who are free from Maya. Love-filled remembrance and namaste. Thank you, Baba. We can take a minute of silence and then we shall share. Thank you. Om Shanti. We can share points from the middle.
Om Shanti, Deepika Ben.
Yes. Om Shanti.
So, for the past 2 or 3 days, Avyakta Bap Dada has been meeting us with so many different specialities. First, it was Sacha Bap. Then, yesterday or day before, it was Nirakar Bap. Today, it is Dilwala Bap. But when he said Dilwala, he went to call himself as a cardiologist surgeon. Dilwala and cardiologist surgeon. And he's checking my heart. He checks my ECG to see my heartbeat. Is my heart beating with the words Baba, Baba? He checks all the signals of the heart to see is there any other foreign signal? Is there any other blockage of my heart? Is there any other disease? That's what he first did. And there were just 2 things which struck me as a Dilwala Bap. I am an incorporeal soul, power of love, and I bring this Father, who's the creator of the spirits, from that far off land in Nirvana I bring him down into sound and I'm speaking to him. So that itself is enough to me that I am in the company of God. I'm able to bring him from the land of nirvana. Here he's sitting here in front of me, and both of us are having a lovely dil ki dil se baate. That was one thing which really intoxication. Second, so like a gopika. And the second intoxication is our love is so strong that we are able to tie him in our love. Like Yashoda tied Krishna because he was naughty. We can tie him. This God, who's a Mukti Data, who the world says, please liberate us, and he's called as a liberator. We made him Bandhan. Even that was intoxication. See, I can, like naughty Baba, I can tell him, come and sit over here. So that was even something which I like. And how he touches it by saying, come to Madhuban, come to Madhuban. And for that, he gave today only one speciality, contentment. So these two things, from there, I brought him here and I can keep him here. I can tie him firmly. Om Shanti.
Yes. Mhm. Anyone else? Would you like to
Om
share?
Shanti. Yeah. So Baba say actually the key to focus on this is having constant contentment. That we have to be always contented. Where we have to become a conqueror of Maya. So contentment should not be occasional. It is something. It has to be the permanent thing. It has to be the permanent sign of a true Brahmin life. So Maya comes to everyone, but we have to recognize her, from a distance and then chase her. So Baba says, recognition is actually the great thing, and we have to, for that, we have to be obedient, and we also have to stay connected with Baba, constant company. That is going to help us make victory, bring victory over Maya. So contentment is really a great thing. So each one of us is a really contented soul. So it's more how much we experience that atmosphere. So not to blame about people or situation if I'm not content. Yeah, thank you. Om Shanti.
Mhm. What can be a few things that we can follow to make this level of contentment, at least uh, make it a good level of contentment, not fluctuating? So, anybody?
So, a couple of reflections on this question, Deepika Ben. It may not be just with Murli, but practically, if we look at it, 2 points that comes to my mind is making ourselves free from expectations, and the second thing is, um, at times, I think we had a discussion yesterday, Deepika Ben, while we were speaking about. So, me and Deepika Ben had a call yesterday where we were talking about, a time comes in any kind of conversations or relationship that how much should I tolerate? Um, there's a limit to it. But then the whole day reflection there, which came yesterday, was never ever compromise your nature, your natural sanskar of goodness for something which is not, fulfilling your thoughts. So I may do a good act, but in return I may not get it. Or I may be humiliated for many things which I may do by people around. but that should not upset me or take a backseat in not doing that good task. Sometimes we react to what people think about us or what they think we should do. But indeed, the place to stand is to stand in the self-respect of who I am as my natural sanskar of giving, and never question oneself on how long should I keep giving. That was something which uh, I was getting while you asked this question.
So true. No complaints and then zero expectations, and then staying in that consciousness of your natural scars and awareness.
Just to add one more point with what Raki sister had said. See, how do I know whether if I am contented, I cannot be discontented. So if suppose there is lack of something, so here very clearly there is lack because I am not able to recognize what I have. I just look at what others have. And when I look at what others have, I feel I need to stuff myself with that. So that's where discontentment arises. So that's why Baba says recognition of that soul. You see, Baba has so clearly said, you will not know that soul, but if you're contented, you will be able to recognize that soul, you will have an introduction of that soul. And you'll be also be able to recognize the weakness. That is what you don't have. That is Maya. So that recognition, this two recognition, if you need, he gives one instrument, Srimat, his hand, hold his hand. That is the method. But to know whether it's there, I am able to face Maya. Maya surrenders to me. I think that also would be a checkpoint for me. But Deepika Ben, I just wanted some more churning on this. See, if Baba says, even if there is any one DC, that is discontentment, you can finish that seed to the seed form. Keep the seed form. I think, or I don't know what Baba meant over there, whether he's talking about the incorporeal form or what is the seed, or he's saying roast the seed in the fire of yoga. Can you, that also I think can be one instrument to not bring in Maya and to keep my level of contentment high. Could you throw some more thing on this? Finish the seed to the seed form and keep the seed form?
Mm. Baba said it there only that you try to cut off each you fight with each and every vikar or each and every vice. So instead of that, why don't you hit the seed directly? Okay, and here with the seed, he meant that many a time says that sari bimariyon ki jad wo dehdan. Right? It's all started with that, and that is why he again emphasizes on consider yourself to be a soul and combine yourself with the seed, Baba, and so that you can take the essence of that seed and work on your, uh, the weaknesses all together, because this is like a tree, na? That one time you go and fight with the anger, the other time you go and fight with some other vices. What he meant here is just attack the seed. When you realize that, uh, I guess it becomes quite easy. So, of course, it's the Bij Roop Sthiti, as you rightly said. Anybody else can also share.
One more thought here is the seed is like a dot. Baba always speaks about putting a knot and a dot. So putting a dot on a knot. So it's typically one putting a full stop on everything, and the access to that is what you said, Deepika Ben, and what Baba is telling in the Murli today, that stay in the seed form, and that will take off the seed of Maya wherever Maya is attacking you. The core access has been in the seed form in the Jwalamukhi Yoga. But then, how do I start that? The first step for me to practically look at is to put a full stop, be in the detached form. So, step number one is put a full stop. Step number two is move away from there and then look at things. Because when I'm inside the thing, I can only see that thing. And then put myself in that remembrance of that higher energy, which will allow me to be off Maya. And then Baba further says, how do you have Maya surrender in front of you? Is when you move away and be in the seed form of your yoga. I hope I could convey, or is any question there?
Or, Rakiben, could it also be, see, two things I can do, face or run away. So when I cannot attack the seed, I'm not able to attack, then I run away in the company of God. So I'm not surrendering to Maya, I'm running away. Or if I've got a part to face, I can roast the seed. And I know as I keep, so that needs the power to face Maya. So when I'm facing her with the power of yoga, she will get burnt in such a way, and she will be there. The seed will be there, but she cannot give any fruit. So I was just thinking, this just tells us one simple point. I am an incorporeal soul in this corporeal body. So, like in yesterday's Murli, where Baba said, this is what always you have to say, I am a soul in the body, the first lesson. So, I think in every act or every thought or every word we speak, if we just inject this, I am a soul in the body, no need for us to face Maya or tell her, please surrender. I was just connecting today's this with yesterday's Murli. Uh, I thought maybe that way also a kind of whether she wants to surrender or not, it's her problem. I'm away from the story. I was just because I am an incorporeal soul. I thought maybe we could take it like this.
Yeah, well articulated, Giljaben. And one can deep dive in this whole conversation as to, Baba always say that the more you try fighting with the Maya will become much more stronger. Okay, so why not take a path to withdraw yourself and stay in the company of the highest of the high? And the more higher you go, you will see all those things which are significant becoming insignificant. A simple example is the moment you fly in an aeroplane, you will see everything in this world becoming smaller and smaller the moment you go high up above and higher from there. So, and that actually gives contentment a lot, because then you are not attached to the frills of uh, expansion. Others can add on.
Thank you. You gave me a good defensive mode. Thank you.
Well, now when you say defensive mode, it's again you feel like, okay, I'm covering myself and moving out of it. But
No, no,
probably
no,
we
no,
can
no.
say, probably we
I'm
can say,
overpowering her. Defensive means,
hmm.
see, there's even a thing for defense. I'm clever. I'm holding
Yeah,
somebody's
I was
strong
coming to that.
weapon.
I was coming to that. So one is we speak about defensiveness in saving our own skin every time. But then if we talk about defense per se in the perspective of the army that is saving the whole country or safeguarding the whole country, then that becomes a bigger perspective and a bigger purpose.
Right.
And the surrender of Maya, that is also a great thing, because if you are fully surrendered to Father, Maya automatically surrendered to you, because having Maya surrendering, you're surrendered to Father means then there is no scope for Maya to come in, actually, because surrender means complete and permanent victory you actually take from the influence of any sort of a vice or weaknesses. Where the surrender would also be like where you surrender your mind, intellect, and everything, mind, intellect, and sanskars to Baba, and then there is no symbol or where Maya is completely burnt or finished, right? Um, it's not about Maya never coming in front of you, but it's about you're giving no rights because you completely surrendered. That's really a high stage. Then you will have no pull or any old sanskar or any weaknesses bothering you, or you feel like your Maya will not bother you. Basically, instead, you feel completely completely with Father. That feel you will get, but that happens only with full surrenderance. Again, that's a high stage to achieve.
Bijit Bhai, surrender also means big Baba bomb I threw on Maya and she got burnt. She's down on the floor and I'm going to become Kali and I'm going to sit on her. I'm not going to surrender like how Sita surrendered herself, left that Shrimat line. So I also think with Baba bomb we can burn Maya. That way also I can make her surrender. Like you say, we'll just raise our pistol, hands up. So she has to come down like the prisoner of war and I victoriously take her. That way also we can visualize surrender. It's just a point.
Wonderful discussion. Anybody else would like to add on to anything? Can share or any other point if you want to discuss about. Okay, then we shall just spend a minute in silence, reflecting on the qualities and the virtues of a soul, a contented soul.
Before
Right?
we do that, Deepika Ben, there's an announcement for tomorrow. So we shall have Dr. Shwetang from US to who will be taking us through the deeper churning on the Murli that we read day before yesterday and yesterday, which is dated 15th of March 1985. So invite each one of us to read through the Murli and come up with our experiences or any practices that we have taken up in last 2 days basis at Murli to have a deeper value of the session. Over to you, Deepika.
Yes. So let's spend a minute in silence, reflecting on all the points and reflecting on the leakages or the entry doors that I, the soul, have personally kept open, slight open for Maya. So to close that, to fix those and hand it over to Baba so that Maya has no chance to enter it. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Baba. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Thank you, Deepika Ben. See you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.